on. It's a small group. I'm sure we can figure that out.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, we've got a greeter. Hi. Basic process.
Everybody fine if I take pictures? Everyone's here in the meantime?
Nobody against it? Okay. So basic process, I'm going to try to do it from what I remember. GA is on a consensus basis, so that if we have a proposal, we need to make sure that everybody agrees, and if there's anybody who blocks it, as I'll explain the signals later, then we need to stop and discuss it and find out why they blocked it and see if we can find some kind of middle ground. The different hand signals we use during the GA, for a temperature check, we have wiggle, which is like good, we like it. Like mid-ground is like you don't, impartial, you maybe not like it, but you don't really want to block it. And this is, you don't like it at all, and we need to discuss something. This is a block, and you have to use this very, very carefully because this shuts down the proposal, and we have to stop and discuss it. Use it wisely and only if you feel it's going to front your moral core. We have point of process. If you feel that somebody's doing something out of order for the minutes of the agenda, then you need to put up point of process, and we will stop and you can say your bit and why it's wrong. Point of information, if you feel somebody said something that's not factual, or that you have something to add to their point that is a fact and not an opinion, then you can do point of information. Am I missing anything? We want to maintain an atmosphere of mutual respect. Do not speak over others. Avoid back and forth conversation. Respect the stack. And if anyone does stack, Kevin is going to be taking stack. So if you, during a proposal and there's discussion and a couple people with their hands up to talk, he will take stack and make sure that people go in order of when they put their hands up. So if you respect stack and when he says you can speak.
Also filming, if anybody.
Oh yeah, filming. We're going to have Becca filming for the entire thing. If you feel like you don't want to be on camera talking, if your idea you think it's a little controversial, might get you in trouble, or you just don't feel like having it broadcasted, please tell Becca and she'll turn off the camera. Step up, step back. That's I think that's the idea that if somebody's talking a lot and the stack facilitator feels like they're talking too much, we need to hear other people's opinions. He may bump you down on stack to get other people's opinions, just so that we have a diverse background of information. Do your best to always be concise and stay on topic. Consensus requires patience and cooperation and compromise. Any questions? Okay, first item on the agenda, review and finalize agenda. We got that.
Oh, can I add an item to the agenda?
Yes, of course.
So I'm Anne, and I want to talk about the foreclosure prevention.
Nice. Okay, would you like this to be an announcement or an actual discussion?
Yeah, I'm going to need help.
Okay.
Would you have that up?
Yes. Okay. So does anybody want to review yesterday's minutes, if possible? If you have like a phone, you can whip it out.
Well, I'm live streaming now, so I can't.
No. I should have had the minutes. I didn't know I was going to do this. Cool, thanks. Rob.
I was not here, so I'm going based on what we have here.
I feel like he was talking at us.
We'll assume he was. Let's see, there was, I guess they talk about consensus tabled, which was tabled to have improved the process, which we're going to be going over.
We were going to do that in visioning. I should let you know before we decide not to do visioning. Can we bring that back up again? Temperature check. We're bringing up the idea of. Yeah.
Okay.
So we were going to talk about consensus and the whole consensus model and things we might want to change or adapt from other occupies or other models that we know of. Do you guys still want to bypass visioning for this meeting? We can bring it to the next GA too. Temperature check on that maybe.
I have an idea. Can we
Okay.
put it at the end for people that need to
That sounds good.
leave? Okay.
Visioning at the end about consensus. Okay. You can keep going through the minutes.
All right. Currently, there was there was some talk about dispute of consented item being reconsidered. How an item is consented being brought back. brought back up, and apparently talking about the time, how to get a proxy vote for people who are not here.
Yeah, feel free to join me. Completely open.
I mean, I didn't want to interrupt you. You're talking to GA right now.
Talk about the Hargraves.
You're most welcome.
Talk about the Hargraves Center and the Nomadic Occupy. And the proposal by Stephanie was about the 24-hour notice to the DA. We're going to go through tonight. Scrolling. Talked about Occupy, formalizing handling of proposals by facilitation. Based on rapid scrolling on an iPhone, that's probably about it.
Okay. There's final agenda, working group report backs. Does anybody from a working group would like to report back on what they've done since the last GA or anything interesting? Yes, Harry.
Concerning outreach and our presence here on the plaza in our post-encampment phase, I put out a thing on the listserv asking for volunteers. We had 15 sign up to help in rotating shifts last week and got 4 or 5 more, so we're up to about 20 now. And at some point, not this GA because we're too small in number, but at a better attended GA, we'll probably need to begin to firm up plans as to how we want to staff the plaza here. In general, it was suggested that we have a daily presence 7 days a week, maybe 10 to 6 or 12 to 6 or 2 to 6, and 2-hour rotating shifts, maybe 2 or 3 people per shift, and that we'll need to figure out a way to bring materials, handouts each time, and we asked for a rolling suitcase, and somebody stepped up and made one available. So it's underway, but we should firm things up at a later GA.
Cool. Any other working groups? And if you could, before you do your working group, because there are people here who haven't been here before, if you could explain what your working group does, maybe when you meet, that would be great. If you want to just...
Yeah, outreach, for those who don't know it, we are reaching out to groups and individuals in the community, mostly thus far with faith-based groups. We've probably done 15 outreaches to individual churches and synagogues, all of which has gone well, with several projects have been generated. We've done work with classes, and the plaza presence will be another example of outreach, and so.
And then relating to outreach, I know we're going to talk about the 10th for MLK Day, but have y'all talked about tomorrow's MLK?
Yeah, that's on the agenda.
Okay. Okay, yesterday a group of us met, and we are the healthcare reform.
Right.
We're going to be a working group, but right now there are 8 of us, including 5 healthcare professionals, who are formulating a basic plan. And once we get some more information together, we're going to make it like a regular working group. So that's already met once, and we'll be meeting again, and we'll keep you posted on what's going on with that. And working group proposal is for an environmental/ecological working group, which we have none now.
Would you like to put that on the agenda?
And yeah, I want to announce that.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be. I think that's a good thing to do. So hopefully we can.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Should I do my SOPA thing for just media?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, does anybody not know what SOPA is? It's a bill. Anybody not know what it is? We all know?
I don't know what it is.
Okay. So basically the government wants to have the powers to shut down any website that they feel is copywriting any material or infringing on any sort of law, and they want to be able to just shut it down. A lot of web companies are against this bill because it gives the government way too much power over the internet. and if you have one thing on there that they feel is something that they deem copyright infringement, they will just shut you down. And so they will also prosecute. So it could be, you know, you have a YouTube video of your child dancing to Mariah Carey, they'll prosecute you. So SOPA is the bill, and I would like to take down our website on the 18th, along with a lot of other people are doing this in support of people not wanting SOPA. So a lot of people are doing this, and I would like for us to do this as well. So can I get sort of a temperature check on how people feel about this?
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the point of taking down the website?
It's basically everyone that is against it is going to take down the website, so people can't access the websites that they want to access. And basically that's what's going to happen, is they're going to shut down all these websites. And so it's like, yeah.
I know, I can tell that that's the reason, but I probably won't know this if the website's shut down.
Yeah.
So
There's some fairly significant shut down, and yesterday the president started backing off. I mean, it is already starting to see. I mean, they're hearing the noise. So.
I mean, this is a lot of websites that will be
major
taken down.
Talking about shutting down. Google, WikiLeaks might shut this down. No, with
WordPress.
Wikipedia, I mean. Yeah, may shut down.
WordPress wants to shut down. There are a lot of companies that want to shut down their websites, and so in solidarity with them, I'd like to be able to shut down ours.
when did you think
The 18th.
I mean, I understand the solidarity piece, but then it's just a piece, an impact piece is missing.
Like,
I don't know. My gut says that's not gonna.
Do we have Stack?
I think the web is so
Stack
big
in?
that the vacuum.
Stack, yeah. You guys have to raise your hands and not do back and forth. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
So, what would you?
Yeah, I was just asking, is it just going to be for one day?
Yeah, it's just the 18th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think.
Indefinite striking.
No,
I-
it's just the 18th.
This is me stepping down from facilitator and now just speaking from my own personal opinion. I see the point because I see like if it wasn't major websites, people who were just trying to access random websites would see it shut down and not really think anything of it. But if they know that the act or the bill was being decided on that day and they found that major websites were being shut down, I mean, unless people know that it's a protest.
Well,
then
we
I can
will.
see why it would be.
If I could just do one more thing, we will have something on the website that says SOPA. Yeah.
Instead of it being an absence.
It won't be an absence. They're having something up that will say SOPA, and it will take them to the reason why the website is down.
Oh yeah. Cool.
So it's not a taking down, it's putting something else.
In lieu of, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Any other questions? So everybody okay with it? Great. It'll be done.
Any other working groups would like to do a report back? If not, we'll move on.
Heather!
This is on Occupy the Court. Who here would like to ride the bus instead of carpooling? I'm not having a lot of forthcoming one.
No, can we explain Occupy the Courts?
Oh, sorry, I've been sending out all
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Occupy the Courts is a call by Move to Amend to occupy federal courts on the 20th in protest of the ratification of the law of Citizens United, so against persons of corporate personhood. We're going to Raleigh from 10:30 to 5. Carpools and bus, if we have one, would leave around 9 in the morning. The bus would leave from where we're renting it, and carpools would probably leave from University Mall. We want to have literature to hand out, possibly set up a symbolic tent, music, you know. In Durham, they might be Tuesday doing a corporate costume making thing, so we can have like Sally Mae or Fannie Mae and JP Morgan promenading up in front of the court and that sort of thing. So it'll be fun, but right now I have like a confirmed almost 50 people.
Wow.
And that's
Nice.
not even the people, you know, who just kind of show up.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that it's all the occupies and like a list of other organizations in the Triangle who are interested in coming. So it's a really cool event.
Want to make sure we're networking like crazy when we're there.
Yes, and it really, I got in touch with Durham, and then it just exploded. And from Move to Amend, it exploded, and then Durham exploded. So, it's awesome. So, bus,
How many do you have on the bus now? Do you know?
There's a shuttle, really, for 16 and a van for 10, 6, something like that.
10 or 6?
I think it's 6.
A van has more than
I'm sure that's a conservative number.
There were a couple of
So you
on meeting today who said they thought they might want to ride the bus if they were available, but I can send out information to ask them to confirm if you need a confirmation.
Okay. That would be cool, and I'm going to send out a general, you need to tell me if you want to ride the bus. Everyone here comfortable driving themselves or carpooling? Carpooling will be set up too.
Yeah. I'll be driving a carpool.
Okay. How many people?
I can take a couple people.
Okay, I'm going to be driving, but I won't be leaving until about 11:45 or noon, and I can pick people up here or in Chapel Hill at Carrboro, and I can have room for 2 more people. So if anybody wants to ride later, they can ride with me.
Yeah, anybody willing to carpool, I'm writing things down, but shoot me an email just in case. The sign making is in Durham at Sarah Apples. That's on the calendar. We've got some folding chairs. There's a whole list of things if you can volunteer. Oh, and Raleigh has an event on the 21st for the anniversary of Citizens United. And some of them are coming to ours, so if we can, a couple people go to theirs, that would be cool. And I think that's all I remember for the moment.
Thank you. Point of view.
What time are the cars leaving the University Hall?
Around 9 a.m.
Is there anybody here who would like to move inside because they're feeling cold?
I think that might be a good idea. The sun's sort of going away.
The sun's going away now, so
Do you guys want to move in since the sun's going away? Huh?
I can hang it here if everybody wants to stay there.
We can move more into the sun. We don't really have
I
anything
say
on
we
the
just
whiteboard
move
right
inside.
now.
Because otherwise we're going to have to move again.
Let me explain what that is. I think she wanted to come maybe say something.
What?
Are you familiar with AmericanSelect.org?
No.
It's where the internet is a party, and you get a candidate from there, and you get rid of. And she seemed like she wanted to come talk to us.
Oh, really?
See if she wants to do a few minutes.
Yeah, and then she can tell us what she's doing here.
Of course.
Actually,
Report back.
Announcements at the end.
Yeah.
Any other report back is what I was trying to say. Cool. I think we'll move right onto the agenda. I'll just go through the agenda if anybody has anything else to add. Right now we're going to start with the process of proposals. Whether you can do advanced proposals, you propose at one GA and then they discuss it and digest it and then we decide on it the next GA. And if you can do advanced proposals, you need 24 hours notice. If you really feel like you're going to go right now, then we can request that. Just discussing that whole process and whether we want to change it for our GA. We've already discussed the shutting down the website. We're going to talk about what we're going to do tomorrow for the MLK Day.
Can we move that up?
Yeah, certainly.
Just because it seems like we might not get to
Is
everything
that
on
a
the
temperature
agenda.
check for that? Moving it up? For MLK? Yeah. Okay, that's now the first item on the agenda. And the request for funding from Kevin, third item. Alternate graduation against Bloomberg. I think I said that right, yeah. Foreclosure workshop being discussed, a new working group proposal, and then the visioning at the end if we still have people here. Cool, so we'll just start on the agenda. So, tomorrow, MLK, what are we doing?
I can give a general overview of the agenda based on what I've heard, but we have to sort of hang loose on times, but I'll report what I've heard, and that is that there'll probably be 200 people here tomorrow, here. maybe more. It's a huge event. And the plan right now is for speakers to begin speaking at 9:30, and for that to last till about 10.
10 p.m.
A.M.
Or a.m.
They've requested a speaker from Occupy, and Bert generously has volunteered to do that. So, Bert, you have 1 minute, and I can talk to you for a second at the end today.
Never spoken to.
What, her speak? Yes.
And then we are marching. The group is marching down Franklin to the First Baptist Church on Roberson. Roberson is the street right after the block that the Carolina Brewery is on.
Yep.
We turn right there, and the Baptist Church is right there. And the program there begins at 10:30 or 11. Usually there's like 30 minutes of hanging around outside the church, and then we go in and things get underway at 11. And they have a full lineup of speakers. Last year it was a good hour and a half for the whole thing. And every speaker is compelling, good, representatives of NAACP, a lot of local clergy, and they've brought in a civil rights leader. I can't remember his name, but that person's speaking. That person's a keynoter, and that's it. But one other thing, we've gone back and forth a lot over the weekend with regard to the tent, to Williams' tent. And the latest from NAACP is that they would like the tent, or some members of NAACP, is that they would like the tent to stay here because they think it's a good symbolic presence for Occupy, and that they support the vision of Occupy. They've also wondered if we can recover our banners, and I've put out the word on that, and nobody seems to know where the banners are.
They were stolen.
David has them.
David has them? Okay, I'll email David. Hopefully he can get them here tomorrow morning. We can put up some banners to identify the tent with them. So anyway, Miriam and I were working with William on Friday and Saturday, and he's been fantastic. I mean, he's cleaned and swept and groomed and mulched and painted. I mean, just terrific. So the whole thing it looks like it's really working out wonderfully with the tent, and I'm glad that William's going to get some recognition. So that's as much as I know about MLK. I hope that there's a good showing from Occupy tomorrow.
Yeah,
Nice.
I would like to add. Actually, you're on stack first.
I mean, I was just going to say that what does it mean to be present as Occupy? I mean, I think as much as possible if we could wear our T-shirts and just be visible without trying to make this about Occupy. You know what I mean?
I think it's bigger. It's bigger than.
Yeah, there's like there's some blogs going on around the country of like Occupy Wall Street protesters in particular dominating events and like trying to make it about them as opposed to like being there for other events. So I think it's really important. At the same token, I mean, I don't know if there's any time we can speak in addition to Bert, but I do think that I would have liked them to ask for more people from Occupy to speak, to be honest. Like, I think that it would have spoken to what this plaza has become over the last few months and where this country is at this moment. But if there are other opportunities, I think we should try and make the connection, you know, and I don't know if anyone has chants and stuff that we could think of for the march. That, I mean, I'm sure they would be happy to have more chants because the march sometimes gets really, really quiet for those of you who have been there. So I don't know, I was just thinking of nice ways that it's always about Occupy and civil rights together, not about like, this is about us at all.
Yeah, no, totally. Did you want to add something?
I want to say it's going to take some extra large T-shirts to go over our country. It's going to be cold.
That's a good point.
But I like that idea. And I agree with you that it would be good if we could have a presence, but I don't want this to impose on the celebration of MLK Day at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how we link them as opposed to impose.
So I don't know, maybe we can talk.
I just wanted to make one thing. I just texted my friend. I'm sorry I was doing that while you're talking, but she's part of the Campus Y and on the executive board, and they've organized an MLK panel speak. And they've
announced a lot.
It's been announced a lot. Do you know what time it is?
It's at 7 p.m. on Thursday.
7 p.m. on Thursday. And that they have somebody from Occupy. I believe his name is Richard Mohammed, but he is apparently he's been occupied since the first 2 weeks in New York, and he, from what I've heard, is one of the best speakers and one of the best. Like he he can articulate anything about the idea of
Yeah,
Occupy.
Alana, Rob, and David are probably going to lunch with him on Thursday, and then we are trying to get him. They're eating dinner at the Carolina Coffee Shop, and then hopefully on their way back to the FedEx Center around 6 when our GA starts, he might be able to come and do a shout out.
Yeah. So if you have a chance, do you know if it's open to everybody or is it just?
It's totally open.
So 7 p.m. at the FedEx
Totally
Center,
free.
Global Center.
It's a big auditorium, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, and that's 7 p.m. on
Thursday.
Just like to put that forward as the MLK thing too. Any other discussion?
No, you.
Okay. I just wanted to say that all this is on the calendar. If you forget some details, you can check it out there.
Excellent. Okay, so I have a proposal to bump our speakers forward.
Yeah, can I say something real quick?
Oh yeah.
This might be one of those aliens landed on the roof thing, but these guys have showed up, got a real interesting thing. Are you guys cool if they?
Yeah, that's
what he was saying.
Yeah, is that alright if we jump these guys forward?
It's very closely aligned, I
Okay.
think.
I didn't want to interrupt y'all's GA, but I'm Terry Hanley, and this is Nick. He's over here too. He's videotaping. We're with American Select.
Can you talk louder?
Sure. We're with American Select. I have a very soft-spoken voice. I apologize. What we're doing is we're a nonprofit organization. We're providing an online platform for people to directly nominate the president. So it's a nonpartisan thing. We're not a third party. We're just trying to cut the power of the two-party system out of it and allow people to speak clearly and directly to who they want to be the president. So it's a pretty great platform. What we're doing right now is we're on a tour. We're up in New Hampshire. We're going all the way down to Florida. You know, we're hitting all the primaries. We're kind of a crash party thing that we're calling is our campaign. But we stopped a lot of the Occupy groups along the way as well because we know there's a lot of people that want to see change, and so do we. So we'd love for you guys to stop by over here. We're going to be here for the next hour and answer any questions you guys might have. And like I was saying, it's a nonpartisan thing, and we'd love to have more people participating. So.
What's the online?
It's called AmericansElect.org. That's the name of our website. And on there you can sign up to become a delegate, and you can propose issues you think are important that you would like to see the president take up. You can also vote on the opening drafting sessions a little later in the month so people can nominate delegates or nominate who they'd like to run. My voice is so quiet. So you guys can directly nominate people to run and also answer questions about the issues that you think are most important. Yeah.
Do you have more of those that you
I have a whole bunch of flyers. We have free t-shirts, hats over there, some stickers, and some information. So
Has it been an hour or so?
We'll be here for probably about the next hour. We're right over there. I just saw you guys, so I was just running over here to hi.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. So our meeting's gonna go longer. We can table some stuff because I really want to go talk to them personally. I don't know, but yeah, okay.
What was the question? Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, just whether we want to maybe have a break somewhere in between to go talk and then come back to the less important items on the agenda, maybe.
Okay, what do we have left?
We have request for funding from Kevin, alternate graduation, foreclosure workshop, new working group, and then visioning.
Okay.
But we could just keep going with the agenda and see how time plays out. So next item on the agenda is the request for funding from Kevin.
I would just like to. I have. I'm start working more with the media group, and I would like to request. It's probably going to be about $50, $60. This will enable it to get a case that fits on the iPhone, a tripod, and it will greatly help out the long streaming meetings.
It's free.
It's a lot of
I was like, wait a minute.
but part of that is, and I mentioned this to Vegas, when you're trying to hear the guy me at the meeting last week, and you say something, it's like the guy in the speaker commercial. Your head just blows away when the person by the iPhone talks. So it would give some distance. I think it's relatively
Save my arm.
Yeah, no kidding.
And might be able to get more people to be willing to stream if they didn't have to hold the thing for 4 hours. Anyway, just want to throw that out there.
So
I got really great biceps now.
That's an official proposal, $50, $60. One's a case and one's a tripod, and it should really help what we're putting online.
I guess the only thing that I could see that I would like maybe is a quote.
Sure.
Like
I've already got that.
You got the quote? Okay.
I have a tripod.
Great.
If it'll fit on a
Does it
standard,
clamp?
Yeah, that's
It
the
clamps.
case we get is a standard
and it'll
quarter-inch
just
tripod,
screw right
photo
in.
tripod.
I've got two
yeah.
tripods.
Really?
Fantastic. Now we're down
That
to
clamp
25
on
or
like
30
like that?
So I think
Hey, we're under 30. We can do it already.
A little attached to the case, so you can use
yeah.
The case that
I mean, it
Oh.
sounds silly, but we do have to sort of probably wait till the next day to say yes. But that's
But if it's under 30, it can just be decided by the media group.
Yeah, the tripod.
believe-
Yeah, Bert got us under 30, so.
okay. Great. I didn't hear that.
No worries, no worries.
Great.
So, good?
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Easiest proposal ever. So the next is the alternative graduation against Bloomberg.
Yeah, and I'll try and make this quick. So I'll sum up real quick for those who don't know, but they selected Bloomberg to be the graduation speaker for 2012 before even Occupy really took form. So it's kind of like we're doing like a post-reactionary, like, wait, this is not who we want to be our speaker. So the things we're really working on right now, we kind of think the deadline we're setting for turning the petition over that we've been getting signatures for to not have Bloomberg come, we were thinking around February 1st. We want to kind of hand that over with however many signatures we have. So I can post that up to the website and email it out, and so we can try and get as many signatures as we can before February 1st because we want to go to the university as soon as possible and we want to have a significant amount of signatures. The other thing we really want to come to you guys for is we're starting to talk about fundraising ideas and how we can do fundraising. Our top expenses would be, for the speakers we do get, we do want to be able to pay for their plane ticket out here and pay for a place for them to stay and possibly a dinner. But that would be like, that's what we want to be able to do for our speakers to come, so we need to raise money for that. We also talked about just expenses like getting programs. So those would be the type of things that we would need money for, and we're going to start brainstorming and trying to find community partners to kind of start raising those funds. So, and the last thing is we're working on finalizing the website, so hopefully that will be up so we can have all our points. We're trying to word it very carefully, and so we're working on that. And if anybody wants to help or give me feedback on the way I've worded things, that'd be much appreciated too. So if you're interested in helping me with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Yes?
Different question. You might have already asked. What is, do you have a venue? Like, you guys already?
We are looking into the Stone Center. We're hoping that will work out. That's our top thing. At the same day, same time. We thought it would be really nice too that like parking, and they just don't have to tell which graduation they're going to, so there will be shuttles and everything too. And we're thinking there's some students who may want to actually protest Bloomberg, which we can't stop that from happening, but we're suggesting to them maybe they can walk out and come to our graduation so it can be as minimally disruptive as possible. But yeah, I mean,
There's the idea of a mic check while Bloomberg's speaking, but that's really disruptive.
well, the thing that our group really wanted to do was, it's an important ceremony for a lot of students and their families. We thought it would be negative ground to come in, disrupt a ceremony, and to make a big fuss, and that would really like backtrack on our cause. So we want to really push this idea of positive alternative, because that's kind of what we feel Occupy is all about. Like, let's not whine. What can we do? What's new? What's positive? What's what we can do? So that's what we are trying to do and what we're trying to encourage. So I'll try and keep you guys updated and put up the website.
You already know who your speakers will be.
We've gotten some tentative yeses. We're really trying to push for some activists. We really want, because I'll tell you, the two tentative that we have are two white males, and me personally, like, I'd like to diversify and get, so hopefully maybe, and if you guys talk to people speakers who are coming for MLK events and things like that, and see, it's like, start seeing if anybody else you can think of or know or have any sort of connection to, like, we really want to try and find some good speakers, so, yeah.
Can you put this on our listserv?
Yes, and
so that we can respond to you directly?
Yeah, and it'll be great too if I can get this website finalized. I'm just trying to get everybody in the group to kind of check off on it, and then it'll be a good place for you to read all and keep updates and stuff like that. So.
What time are you guys meeting? Sorry.
What time are we meeting? We're working on finding a regular meeting time. So that, but if you want to come to the meetings, then
community.
So I'm not graduating, but
No,
I
I mean,
support college.
we're like inviting all community members, all students to come. Like, we want it to be an event that anybody's welcome to, not just people who are graduating. So. Yes.
Miriam, she has a comment.
Oh, yes.
Miriam.
I'm sorry I'm late, but
No, that's
I
right.
do think it's a great event, and I do want to tell you we did it when I can't remember who was here, but we handed out literature. We did this a year or so ago, and I think it was Bishop Tutu. Now that's obviously someone that we would honor, but we handed out literature and pointing to what was happening on campus as opposed to the great tradition of Bishop Tutu, and it was wildly received. Everyone took literature. So especially with Bloomberg, and I don't know if some of my friends, others who know people from New York, where he is really a disgrace, and I mean, I think there would be efforts to impeach. They won't, but it's just really to have some of those folks who think about speakers from Occupy New York and leaders in New York who are opposed, not just to Occupy, but opposed to his reign. That might be a really great idea, and I'd love to help.
I would see if you could find.
Mic check.
I would just see if you could find a way to tell Richard Muhammad this is happening so that he can maybe announce it at the assembly on Thursday, because you can't go up because it's like a.
It's a
you know
panel,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like it would. He would probably have a really great way of saying.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want it to be public, but.
About, well, I guess Alana's going to talk to,
she's
Alana,
gonna be with
I'm
him.
sure
Okay,
she'll
yeah.
talk to him about it and everything, so, I mean, I have full confidence in Alana for,
Oh no, I just
yeah,
forgot that she.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you been talking to people, because there's the FedEx, not the FedEx, the TEDx conference on the 21st, and there's going to be 10 speakers from all over the country there. It would be cool, because I know there's a dinner with them afterwards. If you could find some people who are going to the dinner, maybe you could talk to them about speaking too, because I know there's some really diverse and really amazing speakers coming.
Yeah, that would be great.
I know
we
it's
could find
like a
out.
really exclusive meeting. It's at the top of the hill on that night. I don't know. It would be really cool to talk to some people.
Yeah,
I don't know
I mean, if
anybody
anybody can, I don't know, if we can find people.
I might I might be able to find people actually. Speakers. If you have an email.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do stats?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm Kathleen. Kathleen.
Heather?
Yeah.
Will you folks, when you send out the email, will you also tell us about the regular meeting time?
The regular, and we're in the process of choosing that, so it may take a little bit of time for us to like finalize the website and pick a meeting time, but I'll definitely send out the petition so that you guys can have that and everything. Yeah. So.
Okay. Yes.
Can I get a temperature check on whether, I mean, or maybe not a temperature check, but consensus would, I don't know, what would be the best process for saying that Occupy Chapel Hill Carborough supports this movement, like fully behind it?
I think we have already.
We have
already.
My bad.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've kind of written into the website, like, we have the support of community members, including Occupy Chapel Hill. Like, we came to you guys first when we suggested this, and everybody approved of it. And so, yeah.
Excellent.
Let me know if you need help with the website, because I do the website for ours.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my
Did you do
computer,
WordPress?
and I really, well, if I did Google Sites is what I'm working on right now.
Okay, so next item on the agenda.
Email the listserv. Ask for backup.
Thank you very much. Next item is a foreclosure workshop.
Yeah, so does anybody not know about the foreclosure prevention forum that's coming up on Saturday? Can I just have a couple of these little flyers that I'll pass around? And if you don't need one, don't take one. So, from 11 to 1, this is going to sound like an announcement, but really it's to help me fill in the gaps and please volunteer or something. From 11 to 1 in that church over there on Saturday, there will be a couple of foreclosure defense attorneys. So the audience is homeowners facing foreclosure or with foreclosure concerns, and they can bring in their loan documents and review them with the attorneys. That's all on there. I've been watching a bunch of the recorded ones that they did last year, and they're very good. And I have a lot of confidence in it now. They talk about prevention strategies. They describe the foreclosure process. They talk about homeowners' rights. They get into the laws that protect homeowners. And they talk about what to look at along the process to see if there's any glitch in the process. And then people can be referred to a clinic at Central or to foreclosure defense attorneys for litigation. So please keep in mind it's only a 2-hour forum. It's not like people are going to, have their homes for the rest of their lives just because they go to that. But it's a lot of good, free contact with knowledgeable attorneys. There's also a bunch of food coming in, and it would be helpful to have volunteers to go fetch the food. Southern Rail, I was just greeting my friend who walked by. He's the owner of Southern Rail, and he just handed me these. They were in his pocket, and I'm going to pass them around because they're his restaurant's Christmas card, and I guess he has some leftover ones. You can send your mom a MLK greeting or something. So Southern Rail is donating, K&W is donating, Monte Pizza is donating, Mama Dips is donating, and I think that Hillsborough restaurant, Gulf Rim, is donating. So I'm going to need people to go get this food, and I'm thinking it's not going to be a lot of food. I don't know how many people are coming, but I would like a few servers so we don't have community members reaching into large bowls of food without a sneeze guard. And then I would like people to maybe help around the outside of the building to usher people into the fellowship hall.
Yeah, all set.
Okay. I would like people to help set up. They're having a men's ministry breakfast until 10, and our thing starts at 11. So I've been telling volunteers to come at 9, but I don't think we can do much at 9. I think we need to be there at 10 to set up, and then later to break down. We don't have to clean. We're paying for cleaning. Central Law School is paying for that cleaning. But just the more help, the better. And I don't have any idea how many people are coming. There were 2 people, and I think they were you two, who offered to communicate this to the social workers in the schools, because that is really a key group that knows who's in foreclosure. Did y'all do that? Super. Oh, that's great. Okay. Okay. And I've showered the courts and the domestic violence victims and the jail and all that kind of stuff. If you can think of any place where there are the hospital has been papered. Yes.
I've noticed them on the bulletin boards at the unemployment offices because they usually
awesome.
goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
great. So I have no idea where these things are.
You have noticed them there?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I'll be both volunteering and attending because I'm in foreclosure. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, bring your loan documents. And what do you know your email? My email is on all of the flyers, so I don't know if anyone's really. Hopefully there's a self-explanatory. But what you can do is you can talk to Harry. He's organizing the volunteers, or you can just show up.
Yeah.
And if there were signs that said foreclosure forum this way.
Okay.
Or something, and then Harry is now offering to get all the utensils and and plates, paper plates and all that, which is helpful.
Thank you, Harry.
Does it? Yes?
There's a group on campus called the Sustainability, and they do service meetings on Saturday. Would it be helpful, we can go through the service committee and ask them to say, if you want to spend 3 hours helping out in the foreclosure prevention thing, you can get service hours for it.
We have, because a guy
Would that be all right?
this morning who's a professor just offered his class.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
So yeah, I think that I'm definitely going to be some people from sustainability there.
Okay,
I'm
great.
Gonna be there.
So anything, it's very open. If you want to come
Diane
and
had a
help,
question.
come and help.
Diane.
If you want,
Get it in the Indy?
I didn't try.
Oh, because you have until, I think, at least Tuesday?
You can do it. You want to do it?
I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. Katya knows how to do it, although I know she's computer's a little, I think. Did you help doing that?
The which?
Getting stuff in the Indy? In the Independent?
No. I've written some stuff, but I don't really know the
someone
process.
Was it Becca?
Sonia.
Keeps getting
It would
us,
be really good to do
GAs
that.
into the, this week.
I think they do that themselves. I think they just looked at the website and put it in themselves.
Release a short notification and then they pick it up.
I did
Yeah.
that for Corporate Citizen. They have a calendar. So anybody that has a calendar, send it. Send the information to them. The information's on the Occupy website.
Cool.
And I think it's gone out in the listserv at least once.
Several times.
Okay, so feel free. I'm not going to do anything else. I need to just work on the attorneys and not do anything else.
Yeah, I can look at trying to figure out how to get in the Indy.
Yay!
Awesome. Very
Bottom
good. Awesome.
Into the
yeah.
sun, you people who are standing over there in the shade, it's much nicer.
Yeah, it's lovely.
If we want to go outside again, we can try that. But
Let's go inside.
I told you you're going to keep moving. Why don't you just go inside?
other questions for the foreclosure before we move on to the next one? Questions, points, information?
What I will do is I think on the listserv, I'm just going to send out a notification of who the restaurants are. And if you
Lila, do you want to take the thing off?
It's really nice that they're doing it. Really. Yeah, and I wasn't able to put them on the flyer because I was still,
So the kid was not home.
Hmm?
The kid wasn't home.
What kid?
That Nick was going to see.
He wasn't?
So I took him back home.
Oh, that's weird. Oh my God. And he wasn't there?
And he didn't answer his phone. I was pretty bummed.
That's terrible.
Here as a presence, but we want to make sure that this is about MLK Day, this is about civil rights, and we're just here to support. We want to make sure that it's that day and not Occupied Day.
But it's a tremendous line of market.
No, exactly.
Anti-poverty, war, racism, all of it.
Exactly. So yeah, we're here.
It'd be great.
Do you want to say anything else?
No.
We like this.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to the next one. The last item on our agenda is the new working group proposed by, I think it was, yes.
In the morning,
Okay, I feel the need to at least suggest that we have an environmental ecological working group. That's the one that's missing from this really beautiful puzzle that we put together here. And to me, it's probably the most important one because all this other stuff we do, if we don't get that solved, this is all going to be a moot. So, what I would suggest is that anyone who's interested, talk to me. I'll be happy to kind of coordinate it. But I think my vision of it would be that we coordinate with local groups and Croatan, Earth First, Sierra Club, anyone else, Warren, NC Warren, all of these groups that are really strong. We can, if we do nothing else, we can be a conduit to get Occupy informed about what's going on, so occupiers can participate. We don't have to have an Occupy environmental group, but we do need to make sure that we are facilitating.
I'm there with you.
Okay.
I would like to talk to you about it.
Great.
That's fine.
Third, I have a direct action for you already, and I have a direct action for you, and hopefully green space will help.
Oh, yeah.
Green
So,
space.
environmental group, I think is an awesome idea.
Great.
Are you just going to, like, channelize us for that, or are you going to...
What's the action? What's the action?
Should I turn off the video?
I want help finding a different. I want a non-military word for this, but I want to do guerrilla gardening. And I talked to Danny, and he was really into this. And I want to do food guerrilla gardening in addition to, flowers everywhere. And we can decide whether, you can plant even in cracks of the sidewalk to make a point, and it'll push through. And we can find, we think lettuce would do really good over here, so
I totally agree.
we want to just blanket it.
Yeah, I learned how to make
Seed bombs.
seed bombs. They were trying to find a new word for them because they don't like the word bomb.
Again, right?
So
Guerrilla bomb.
I think it was it was bubbles or something. I can't remember what it was, but
Explosion.
yeah, it's too much. Yeah, no, it was at the 350 moving.
Yes, I saw that. That was exciting.
It was a lot of fun. I was like making a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I really like. That was a good place. If we get a chance to, when they do it again, we should go there. Anyway.
Can you tell us if you don't know what that is?
Oh, it was a world event. There was events all over, like Shanghai, Paris, London. They all had these big events called Moving Planet, and it was. The idea of the event was just to get a bunch of people, environmental activists, environmental people who just like want to discuss what's going on and maybe towards solutions. And there was speakers, and the Raging Granny sang. But the idea was
the one in Durham.
the one in Durham, yes, the one in Durham. And the idea was to get there by an alternative means of transport. So people bike, people walk, people took public transit, carpool. And then there was members from Greenpeace, the Sierra Club, a whole bunch of different Crow attenders first. And it was just a really, really lovely event in the sun. And then they took a picture. We had to make 350 out of people, and they took a picture of it from the top of the ladder. And the 350 is that is the level of carbon parts per million in the atmosphere. That if we cross that level, then we've gone past. We've already crossed it, but I mean it's beyond 6. Yeah, exactly. We want to get back. We want to lower the parts per million atmosphere. Really good concentration of power. Oh, yeah, sorry, definitely.
Or a seed concentration.
Yeah, it's something. Bubble. You need clay and you need like loam, like nice soil, and you kind of mix it together, and then you just get seeds. You get dry flowers and crush them up and make sure all the seeds are there, and then you just kind of mix it all together to a small compact bomb or a bubble. And then when you just keep it in your pocket, and when you're walking around, you see a nice patch of dirt, you kind of just throw it into the patch of dirt, and then it'll grow flowers there eventually. Come by and water it every once in a while.
It's also about planting seeds, you know,
Yes,
to give us a poker or whatever.
You want to know
Stuff
what
we're going to see,
Absolutely.
you know, to save all those seeds. You seed snowballs, you know,
Seed snowballs.
Yeah. So you just, wherever you're going, you know, like Charlie Applebaum.
Yeah, and it's
Apple bubble.
it's really good because there's a lot of open time there that could use some happening.
It's a wonderful gorilla thing, by the way. Yeah.
Yes.
That 350.org. For all of you who would like to look this up, there it's a movement. It's an international operation. And in keeping with that, the first announcement, second correct action announcement, 5 o'clock today, immediately following our GA in the Carborough Century Center, is a showing of the movie Carbon Nation, which is all about what we can do and what is being done to reduce the carbon. And it's a very important documentary, so if you can make it, please make it. It's a 4-part series, and if you look on our listserv, it tells what the various movies are and when they are.
And that's the next chapter pages. It's all about the investigation I've done a couple of years Mississippi.
What is that for? What's in there?
Chapel Hill paper that they review talks with the Yates building.
Thank you.
Bert will have up to 2 minutes tomorrow. Oh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So I think connecting everyone to the various
Inside there's more articles, assessments on cases, a bunch inside
Great.
about the Yates building thing.
Thank you.
Community upset.
I usually don't get the Sunday one, but I get all the other ones.
so that the various campaigns in honor of his legacy, including saving the planet, and the proposal of stone would be great. And a couple of quotes from Martin Luther King, I'm sure you mentioned earlier, would be great, just in case, because it's a short period of time, we make sure people
I know this is late because it's tomorrow, but last Martin Luther King Day in Hazleton, from British Columbia, we had a community event where we went to a community hall. We found this old radio and we put it on a table in the middle of the hall, and then we just got this circle of people that sit around and listen to one of the speeches he gave right before he died. And it was one of the most powerful experiences that I've ever had. Like, we had like a 4 or 5 hour discussion afterwards, like what he meant by that and how it's prevalent today and relevant today.
Could we try that for one of our GAs this week?
No, I think that's a great idea. Instead of a visioning, maybe just listen to some wise words.
If you could get the Riverside Church speech, it would be much more powerful than the original first one.
It's amazing. So, like, the things he was saying then, like, directly applied to what's going on now. It's such a visionary. So listening to the radio is not something people do very much anymore. But
hey, I'm a radio
good.
person.
There we go, good.
You know, on his day, Amy Goodman at Democracy Now! Always.
Thank you. Yeah, 8 o'clock on WCLM FM, our low power station. Amy Goodman, you can get on the radio.
Right on. So that would be really cool if we do that at the Tuesday GA, possibly. Do we want to make that a proposal at this GA? So I would like to propose that we listen to either a piece of the speech or a full speech instead of a vision visiting next GA in honor of MLK. Good? Get the photo. Cool. That who's going to get the speech and get the piece of speech and what piece?
So I can get a speaker that will play from like on an iPod.
Yeah, because you can get it online.
And I wouldn't know how to get the speech, and then you can email it to me and I can put it, or if you put it on your iPod or iPhone or something. If you have it on any something, we can play it off of the speakers.
Okay, fine speech for Tuesday. Gotcha.
We try to get the Riverside Church one. That's one of his most powerful ones.
Yes.
About the Vietnam War, with the war draining the money away from the needs in the community for jobs and for education and everything else. So
they don't often broadcast that.
No, that's not the most popular.
You have it already? I'm happy to help.
I think I've got it.
At Thursday's GA,
Thank you.
Thursday's the day before Occupy the Court Day, which is all about the Citizens United decision.
I mean, the United States versus citizens.
7 to 7:30, we've got an expert on corporate personhood coming to do a teaching for us as part of the GA from 7 to 7:30 on Thursday. Tana Hartman, who's done a wonderful workshops on corporate personhood before. So.
Yeah, that's the same day as the panel.
Yeah.
Oh, Occupy's been invited to the Triangle Labor Council. They will have a speaker at their meeting, which is the fourth Monday, which will follow, I think, the event, but nonetheless, they're going to be invited. I would say that we can get, as a follow, because Martin Luther King is not just one day, but our entire lives, we should have somebody come to the NAACP meeting as well. That's the first Saturday at 1 at Hargraves. So we should put that down. And
first Saturday, so that would be February.
First Saturday in February, so it'll be after the event, but I think to have an Occupy presence to continue the legacy and the work together would be very important to have Occupy there. Hargraves at 1. Yes.
1 to 3.
Yeah, this is the time for general announcements. We've moved past our agenda, I believe, and unless anybody wants to add one more thing. But so yeah, announcements for anybody.
We just got another thing of T-shirts in, and the larges are almost already sold out.
Wow.
But if you want everyone to know tomorrow that you're with Southwest Occupy, wear your T-shirts. I think that would be really great if you want one. Also, I'm going to put some at the Internationalist. So if friends of yours wanted to buy them, now there's like a space where they can go whenever they want instead of trying to.
Cool.
I was also wondering if, I don't know if this should be like a visioning thing. This is an announcement. It's I wanted to talk to you all about what you think of this. I don't think for Tuesday or Thursday, but maybe even for next Sunday's GA to just like spend some time thinking about what Occupy's about. Like, I mean, we talk about economic injustice, but just maybe have a space where we're not just doing announcements or that bureaucratic sort of dun through this, but have like really talking through of like what do we mean by that and where it's kind of like where we want to go, but also just thinking about what might our relationship be to the election, the electoral process next year? Like, just share different people's positions and ideas.
Coming up fast.
Yeah, and so, not that there would ever be one thing that us as Occupy would do, but to just have that out, like how we want to work on it, but also like what does economic justice mean? Where do we want to go? You know, what do we even want to have on our flyers? You know, to sort of say this is where we're going. I'd love to have a discussion about that, and I didn't know if that sounded interesting to people, to maybe not just a visioning, but just to give over a whole GA to it.
I just want to say that around two things, I guess. One, that's a really good idea because I find when I talk about something like that, it helps me reinforce why I'm here in my own head, as well as tell people why I'm here. But the second thing is that we pushed back the visioning. We might still have it after this meeting if people are interested in staying around on the consensus model.
Well, we also skipped the proposal thing that we were going to talk about as well. Yeah.
Which one?
Talking about when you give a proposal for one GA and then
Oh, we
You'd
totally missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had moved something.
If you
and
want,
then I
we can
missed it.
save that for Tuesday. There might be more people.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If we want to move the proposal process agenda item to next meeting.
Yeah, we'll table it.
Okay, table. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. We should discuss that.
I was just going to say, we talked about discussion groups, the roving discussion groups, and we haven't picked that up. I think that could be a real powerful action. This might, even if we do it in GA, this might be something for that.
That's a first step.
Yeah.
And take it out.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other announcements?
Okay, another announcement. Miriam has beautifully is starting a Nation discussion with the Nation magazine, and it's going to. The first one is going to be a flyleaf book tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and we were going to discuss an article.
Gotta let the hog have his space, man.
An article by Bill Moyers on what again? I don't know.
It's Wall Street Occupies America. It's in the Nation, and that'll be one of the discussion items. You're all welcome. 7 o'clock Friday. And we'll also publicize, obviously, the General Assembly, all the events.
So it'll be warm in there at Flyleaf. There's a nice big room for and so the public, everybody's invited.
And that's tomorrow, you said?
Tomorrow at 7 at Flyleaf.
Tomorrow at 7. It's another good way to celebrate Martin Luther King, that we are educating and learning and talking and supporting each other and as well as figuring out what to do to make things better.
Okay. Any other announcements? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move on. If temperature check on whether we would like to continue.
Cold.
Yeah, I know. We can continue. If we want to do the visioning, we can move inside the post office. Does anybody want to stay around for the visioning? And the visioning is going to be about the consensus model as we have it at Occupy, and whether we want to adapt it and maybe change it. If you guys have any ideas on what consensus means to you and what it should mean to our Occupy GA?
I thought we did that already. Didn't we have a discussion about this consensus? Don't you remember on Thursday? Who was here Thursday?
I was told by Maria. No.
Maria.
Maria. Why do I keep getting her name wrong? That it would like that she would like that it was decided at the last meeting that it was part of an agenda item, I believe, and they would like to move it to a visioning just so we can talk some stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
I see. So it was an agenda, and we want it to be a vision. Okay, that's why I thought we talked about it already. Okay, because we did. Oh yeah, maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should do that instead. The temperature check on for going to visioning and going to talk to America's elect.
Or going to the carbonation.
Or going to carbonation, yes, because it's 5 o'clock. Okay. Well, meeting adjourned.
Yay!
Good job. Thank you, Peter.
Appreciate it, guys.
Aren't you?
Yeah. What?
Are you going to sneeze?
No, I'm covering my nose because it's cold.